Hi guys, ako nga pala ulit si Ramil Magbo from IT2102 and today I will tackle about the chapter 3 in CNA1 entitled Network Protocols and Communications, and today this is the version 2.0 that I summarize. Now let's get started. Chapter 3, the version 2.0, titled Network Protocols and Communications. In introduction, more and more, it is networks that connect us. People communicate online from everywhere. Conversation in classrooms spill into instant message, chat sessions, and online debates continue at school. New services are being developed daily to take advantage of the network, rather than developing unique and separate system for the delivery of each services. The network industries as a whole has adopted a developmental framework that allows designers to understand current network platforms and maintain them at the same time. This framework is used to facilitate the development of new technologies to support future communication needs and technology enhancement. Central to this developmental framework is the use of generally accepted models that describe network rules and function. Within this chapter, you will learn about these models as well as the standards that make networks works and how communication occurs over the network. Let's get started. After read the introduction, we need to know the rules. So for example, in the communication fundamentals, it is can be complex as devices connected across the network or into the internet. As simple as two computers directly connected to one another with a single cable. And anything in between, networks can vary in size, shape, and function. The rule establishment. This is before you communicating with another individuals must have established rule agreement to govern this conversation. For example, in this figure, protocols necessarily for effective communication. These rules or protocols must be followed in order. And then, message encoding. This is the one of the first step to sending a message is encoding. Message formatting and encapsulations. When a message is sent from the source destination, it must be a specific format or structure. The message size. It is another rule of communication is size. Why? Because people communicate with each other, the messages that they send are usually broken into smaller parts of the sentence. The message timing. It is having a two engagement for message timing. For number one is the access methods and the flow control. Message delivery option. In this figure, you can see the unicast that having a one-on-one conversation, and then the multicast is one or a group, and the broadcast is all. Rules that governs communications. Network protocols. Some communication rules are formal and others are simply understood based on custom and practice for devices to successfully communicate. The protocol interaction. It is communicate between a web server and a web client is an example of an interaction between several protocols. The protocol suits an industry standards. It is that work together to provide comprehensive network communication services. Development of TCP or the IP. This is the first packet switching network and the predecessor to today's internet. What is the advanced research? The IPv6. It is suites including many protocols. In this figure 1 and figure 2, it is to demonstrate the complete communication process using an example of the web server transmitting a data to the client. This is the open standards, internet standards, electronic and communication standards, lab research, the benefits of using a layered model. So, this is the benefits that using a model is providing a common language to describe networking function and capabilities. It is shown that the open system interaction and our interconnection, or the OSI model, are the primary models used when discussing the network functionality. First one is the application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and physical. This is the OSI reference model. This is the protocol model, and then a lot of more, the data transfer in the network. Data encapsulation, the message segmentation, protocol data units, encapsulation, the encapsulation, and then in this chapter 3, the version 2.0, network protocols and communication is the data network are system of end devices, intermediary devices, and the media connecting them for communication to occur. These devices must know how to communicate. These devices must comply with communication rules and protocols. TCP or the IP is an example of protocol suite. Most protocols are created by standards organizations such as the IEEE. This is the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. It's a professional organization for those the electrical engineering and electronics fields. ISO and the world's largest developer of international standards for a wide variety of products and services. The most widely used networking models are the OSI and the TCP model, associating the protocols that set the rules of data communications with the different layers of these models is useful in determining which devices and services are applied at specific points as data passes across LANs and WANs. Data that pass down to the top stack of the OSI model is segmented into pieces and encapsulated with the address and other labels. The process reverses as a pieces and then encapsulated and passed up to destination protocol stack. The OSI model describes the process of encoding, formatting, segmenting, and encapsulating data for transmission over the network. The TCP or the IP protocol suits in an open standard protocol that has been endorsed by the network industry and ratified or approved by a standard organization. The Internet Protocol Suite is a suite of protocols required for transmitting and receiving information using the Internet. This is the PDU or the Protocol Data Units are named according to the protocols that are TCP or the IP suites. Data segments, packets, frame, and bits, or the bytes. Applying models allows individuals, companies, and trade associations to analyze currently network and plan into the network for the future. So, this is the summary to version 2.0 of chapter 3 entitled the Network Protocols and Communication. Done.